Hi, welcome to a new day. I hope you're having fun. So today we're using the Black Cat Tarot, and on the back of this particular box it says 9 lives under the shadows, 5 lives of true magic, 2 lives for a higher wisdom, and 1 life of dreams and journeys, and the final one, to start anew. So isn't that lovely? So we're going to use 3 tarot cards today for each of the zodiac signs, starting with fire, water, air and earth. So it will be time-stamped, guys, so do check the timestamps below. Do check other exciting videos, and I will be doing moon readings for the full moon in Capricorn. So do watch that out for the channel page. So you might want to subscribe. Thank you. Don't have to have all the notifications on. If you've subscribed, you know where I am, and you can check the channel daily. So moving on to Aries. Let's see what's going on with Aries today. Aries energy with the little pussycats. So this is for cat energy. For Aries. Aries, sun, moon and rising. So the first aspect, Aries, is a great way because we've got the Knight of Wands. When we have the Knight of Wands energy, it means moving things forward in a fast, energetic way. We are in summer in the Northern Hemisphere, and I know we get a lot of viewers on this channel from there. So we need to utilise the sun while it's shining to have that energy, to have that vitality and enthusiasm for our journeys ahead. So this is about putting things in action. So Aries are very good at starting things. So use that Mars energy to really cause that heat, passion, desire and magic in your day. But definitely start moving things along quickly. So there's also the 3 of Pentacles. So that energy of maybe building a better life for yourself and maybe starting that new career or hobby or self-employment. The universe recognize what you are doing and will really flow that energy and life forward for you into building better things for yourself. Teamwork can be one of those things, so somebody to help you along the way, learning, inspiring each other. Even if it's just conversations every day, that is teamwork. And getting towards your goals is essential, but the universe has listened, and it's like you're utilizing those energies. So definitely move forward with those plans. And you have a wonderful card here with the Queen of Pentacles as well. So it's almost like start something, really get off the ground. So the fertility of the situation is about nurturing, isn't it? So sometimes when we get all this heat and summer, we forget how we need to look at our emotions and really feed the inspiration. So when we water the ground, it's nourishment, it's lifelong love. So really see your heart's desire now. Put into plan, put it into action, but know that it's going to succeed if you allow it to nourish and nurture it unconditionally. All right, Aries, that's quite good. Right. Moving on to Leo's today. Leo energy. This is for Leo rising, moon and sun signs for Leo. So this is for Leo today. Leos. So let's have a look at Leo energy. So Leo, you do have the 3 of Wands. So you're well on your journey, and it's just that little bit of communicating, waiting for it to really come in. A lot of the times we do have to wait, but sometimes if we have patience with our goals and we know we're on the right path, that waiting doesn't seem to be long. So this is about what you've invested in your mindset, in your heart, is coming to light, is coming your way. So this is a good time to reevaluate how things are progressing, see if it's still the right journey for you, and then have that wait. So it's almost like that communication to yourself from your higher self. And talking of higher selves, you have the High Priestess. So, like I said, it is very much important to pay attention to what you have been telling yourself from your higher self. So we've all got the journey of destiny within this particular relationship journey. So for you guys, know that you have planned out certain things. So when we are waiting in the Three of Wands, it's like waiting for things to blossom, to flourish, to realize that we are on that right path. So going inside, listening to your higher messages, whether you pay attention to dreams or you really send love to God and the angels and everything, to get those messages back. This is an important time perhaps for you to do that, so paying attention to that. Also, look at this, you have the Emperor. So this is a really good card for Leos at the moment, because it's putting that start, that passion, that drive, that determination, being analytical and logical and just getting things done. So it's almost like really go inside, and then when you find that passion and that desire, really use this as the ruling aspect of your life. So, you know, sometimes when we go, oh, I want to go self-employed, we have to do those first logical steps. So everything needs a beginning, and because this is the Yang card of Aries, and also Aries is ruled by Mars, so we've got that really fighting spirit. One has to be that spiritual warrior and be determined in the willpower of where we're going. So Leos, be that male pride of the lion and really move through your stuff. All right, excellent for Leos, very nice. So moving on to Sagittarians. This is for Sagittarian energies, moon, rising and sun for Sagittarians. Sagittarian energy. So for Sagittarius today, so Sagittarians, right, this is good. With the Wheel of Fortune, everything is moving forward. A lot of the times we might not feel this, and that's because maybe your wheel or vehicle has been stagnant, or might even be moving backwards. All vehicles do need a reverse, but sometimes when we're reversing too much into the past, that's not good, is it? So we have to really make sure our vehicle, our mindset, our emotional aspect is really into forward gear, full speed ahead. So you can see here with this particular card, it's in the water. So we need, and most water wheels are, but this is about regurgitating some of our emotions to move it forward in a way to move away from the karmic cycle of certain things that you may or may not have keep repeating. So these can be thoughts, feelings, actions, all sorts of things. But when we progress forward, we're definitely on that journey of soul recovery, soul healing, and we need that momentum, don't we, at times, just to push forward out of a sticky patch. You've also got the Nine of Wands. So this sticky patch that has been perhaps in your life at the moment, you can stop putting the barrier up. And we can learn to trust, or bring the emotions to the surface perhaps, and see it for what it is. It is a kind of a healing aspect where we have to have that patience of time before we can move forwards. But with the Wheel of Fortune, this is your time to shine and break down all those kind of barriers to move forward with gusto. All right. Also, you do have the Hierophant. So what you've been teaching yourself or telling yourself about spiritual essences and truths may not always be in synchronization with how you practice life. So sometimes we need to look at the traditional aspect of what we do believe in, and then move forward in a way that's, okay, I'm determined to use a kind of more energy in synchronization, and maybe I need to unlearn things or learn something different. So it's not about chasing, it's about attracting. This is a very important message for Sagittarians. Sometimes if we chase something, it just runs away. But when we sit there and allow it to come forward to us, that is a better aspect. So like here, trying to trap the mice, is not going to work because it will jump off. But when we attract it with the good things in life, then yeah, that's in our life. All right. It's nature. Thank you, Sagittarians. I do hope that helped. And I am going to do full moon readings for each star sign, so do check them out, guys. Right, moving on to water signs, Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio. So this is for Pisces, Pisces energy, Pisces sun, rising and moon. This is for Pisces today. Pisces. So, Pisces energy. So you do have the Six of Cups. So a lot of us can sit down with our cup. Sometimes we do this with friends and we reminisce about the old times. Oh, wasn't it so good way back when? And this is actually quite good because, you know, we've got that mental capability as also with our heart. So it's always good to reminisce. A lot of the times it's like false memories as well. So even though we have these, oh, wasn't it great? It must have been good in them times. And, you know, this can be applicable to exes, other situations, other eras. But sometimes because we're living today, right in this moment, today is the most precious thing we've got, isn't it? You've all heard the reason why it's called present is because, you know, it's a gift. It's a present to ourselves that we give each other. So when we sit like this and go, well, it was a lot better with that ex, or it was a lot better in my first marriage, or it was, or it was a lot better, you know, when I had that job, and things have moved on. And it's very essential to really have the power of moving on. Always remember that you have a soul, and that soul goes through many lifetimes. If you believe that or not, it doesn't really matter. But what you do have, and you can test this out, is the only moment is now. You can't grasp the past and you can't grasp the future. You've only got the now. So when we have a look at the Six of Cups here, and we are stuck in the past, whether you're waiting for an ex, waiting for communication, or doing anything that relates to the past, that's not applicable for the now. Because if we do that, the focus is diminished, and we belittle ourselves. We don't give ourselves the power. And that's the aim of the game, to really move through our stuff, to really empower ourselves. So I always see the Six of Cups here as really looking at things in a practical way, in a realistic way, and then make new memories right now. All right. You see, you've got the Five of Cups. So with the Five of Cups, this is very much about, are we on Cancer? I forget where we are now. So with this, with the Five of Cups, it's all about that disappointment and sadness. So a lot of you are perhaps reflecting back on the past significantly. So we have to move through that pain. We have to move and see that we need to heal. Definitely healing for, I think we're on Pisces, aren't we? Oh dear, I forget. Yeah, it must be Pisces. So with Pisces, the Five of Cups energy is that sometimes if we focus on the past too much, then we can't get to the Two of Cups. That's always standing, and that's the right energy that we need to connect to. So this is why I was banging on before about the focus in the here and the now is so essential, because we need to cross over. We need to not cross over in life. There's normally a white bridge with a rider weight that's crossing over to the paradise. So even though things have been sad, and we've all had those sadness, we need to pay attention to the here and now, because there are people around us that love us and want us to do the very best. So if we're not getting there, then we need that. So when we have the Nine of Pentacles, this is about independently swimming with the sharks. But it's independently knowing that with inspiration and aspiration, we can really focus on our goals. So there's always a balance with Piscean energy, because you do connect with that spiritual side and that dreamy side. And that's perhaps why you do focus on the past, which is normal, it's okay. But we need the luxury and the richness of the situation to bring into our day. And like we will go full circle and say, in the now, in the present is the gift. You know, we are lucky to be alive right now. So, because our soul is really trying to get you to learn so many lessons, but one of those lessons is just to feel rich, even when you feel you're not. So the reason why this cat is in with the sharks is because it doesn't care. It doesn't care. It won't be bothered. So when we're bothered about things in the past, we need to look to the here and now and realize just how successful and how beautiful life can actually be. All right, but that was a bit of a lecture, wasn't it, Pisces? Hey, sorry. Right, let's move on to Cancer. This is for Cancerians. Happy birthday if it is your birthdays. This is for Cancerians. Do check out the full moon in Capricorn readings. Right, okay. So for Cancerians, we do have the Knight of Swords. A lot of the times we can reflect on a negative aspect, things in the past, and we like to battle with this. We like the drama, or so our mind tells us we do. But we can't. We have to really rule our mindset and move forward significantly to lead us into where we want to go. So we don't have to face battle after, you know, hiccup with all the things and the thoughts that causes so much negativity and doesn't get us anywhere. We must be like the King of Swords and rule our head with a very logical aspect. But when the mind tells us what to do, then we're just like a robot or a puppet and doing what the mind says. So be careful today of what you're thinking, and careful what you're saying as well, because these are your reality of the truth. So with the Three of Pentacles, you can build what you really do want. So if you're telling yourself you can't do it, this card is saying you can do it. And the universe is recognizing that. So build on what you already know, what you really want, especially to do with finances, especially to do with family. Anything that's grounded and practical at the moment, really believe, have that self-empowerment back, because things are happening significantly. And with the Ace of Wands, you know it is. This has always been like holding your magical wand, what you can do. So really reel in that mind. It's not serving when it's really negative or have that disbelief. This is a new inspiring aspect of starting something fantastic. So if you've had a hobby that you say, oh, I can make money out of that, or I could go self-employed, show the world the real you. Show the inspiration that you are there. Otherwise, that creativity could die. And then, you know, you'll be wondering in a few years' time, oh, if only I'd started that ages ago, you know? So that's quite nice. And it's applicable in the solar return. So, thank you, Cancerians. Let's go on to Scorpio. Scorpio rising, Scorpio moon, and Scorpio sun. Do check out my full moon readings on the homepage. If they're up. They should be. Right, this is for Scorpio. Scorpio energies. Right, this is for Scorpio. So, you have the Ace of Pentacles. Great card, because it's like luck is coming your way. The financial freedom that you want that money, you want the promotion, you want the things of practicality that makes things easier within life. So this is always a great sign from the universe. The opportunity to make money, to have that richness within your life is present. So it's like the universe tests us and shows us signs. You know, you might be offered something for free, or you might be offered some help or advice. We need to take it with good spirit, because it is a test from the universe. Sometimes we say, oh yeah, I know that, and it's dismissing things that we may or may not know. So the universe tests us not in only money, but in other things as well. So if we're going to repel it, we're repelling everything. So take everything with good grace. And here we have the Eight of Wands. This is definitely things coming your way. It can be quite fast. So maybe you're waiting on results, exam results, or waiting to hear from emails or phone calls from job opportunities. So things are coming fast to you. So rest assured that it's on its way. And with the Four of Cups, are you going to take these new opportunities? Because opportunities do arise when the Ace of Pentacles is here. But emotionally, sometimes we say, no, I don't really want that. So, like I said before, it's like if someone's trying to give us advice of how to do something, just listen. It's a good practice of active listening anyway. We all need to practice that. So this is our emotions. Sometimes we want to detach away from society or away from our friends and family or whatever. And the opportunity to gain something that's going to enrich our life on many levels is present. So really see what the universe is offering today. It might be a few days. And with the full moon energy coming on tomorrow, on the 13th, then we need to see what we're letting go of. So having that self-belief and love for yourself will be receiving a lot more stuff. For Scorpios. So, we move on to air. Air signs, Aquarius, Gemini and Libra. So this is for Sun, Moon and Rising, guys. This is for Aquarius. 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 Right, this is for Aquarius today. So, Aquarius. Energies today. Oh, well, look at that. Look at that. Just look at that. Right, it's a Ten of Cups. Whoa. Everyone loves a Ten of Cups. It's like the bingo or the lottery winner, isn't it? So when we have the Ten of Cups, it's pure joy, pure happiness and pure love. Everything comes up roses. Now, if you're not particularly feeling this, the universe is telling you that it's soon going to happen. So remain positive and happy within your own heart. Fill yourself with love and simplicity. When we see a little butterfly, how delicate it is. Sometimes butterflies only live for a day, but they really live, don't they? And this is the attitude today of happiness and love and good spirits, and then everything else will follow. You know, that happy home life that you've always wanted, perfect careers, everything's just perfect. I told you. Six of Wands, that is the success. So when we actually want that success within our life, it is help with others of encouragement. So we can boil it down to our parents, how they've given us that confidence and love in any shape nor form, to really understand the lessons within life that we can learn to love ourselves. So whether we've had a negative experience as a child and now we want the better things, or vice versa, this is the best thing to have. This is the success that we need to be able to maintain the happiness and satisfaction and contentment, as well as all the other great emotions of pure love and pure happiness. So when we have the success card, it's almost like we've got that self-belief and we know we are on our right journey of love and determination to make things better. What's going on with you guys? so now you've got the Lovers. Oh my goodness. So those of you who are perhaps single, this is a decision whether to have that committed relationship and start on this journey. And it's like the energy of the universe is almost like saying, right, it's time. You know, it's time. Get off your horse and, make a start. So this is all about decisions, happy decisions for your heart and divine kind of connection with everything possible. So if you have been in a relationship that needs a little bit more commitment, now is the time to communicate that quite clearly and really make a stand for happy relationships and happy lives. And wow, what to be Aquarian today? That is just amazing. Come on, guys. 10 of Cups, the lovers, and success. Your relationship can't fail. So, or if you are making a decision to leave a relationship, that's going to leave you quite happy to create that space for the perfect relationship to come in. So that's where we get that success from. That's where we get that happiness. So it is a decision to go for the better things and not settle for second best. Aquarius, wow. Because it is the age of Aquarius, so that's going to happen anyway. So do check out the full moon readings in Capricorn as well, Aquarians. Thank you for your time. Wow. So Gemini rising, sun and moon. Let's have a look for Geminis. So this is for Gemini energies. Geminis. So, Gemmies. Oh, so you have the Tower. So things are really going to come to a realization that things need to change. And the way we think, the way we conduct our lives needs to change for the better. Things always have to change and get knocked to the ground. And then we clear away the rubble and make way for a beautiful new foundation and a much better tower, so to speak. So when we have the old rickety old houses, we need to knock them down, clear the lands, make it really fertile, beautiful feng shui, you know, beautiful trees, build a nice tower, and everything is fine. So this is a realization that these things have to go. Old relationships, bad jobs, you know, maybe our old house, just get rid of it. You know, you've realized a thing or two, maybe it's an old thought pattern. Anything that's old, that's no longer serving you, and you know it, then now's the time to go bye. Page of Swords. Sometimes we like to protect these habits. Sometimes we like to overprotect the way we are because we don't like change. And this is why you've been given the Tower, to allow that change to happen. So we can only really handle what we can handle. So no matter how you're feeling about the situation, if it is negative change or you see it as negative change, one has to kind of accept that learning and unlearning is very good for our soul. And you've probably done it in other lifetimes as well, or maybe not. So when we have the Ten of Swords, it is a challenge for you. You've got to see it like this is a positive thing, Gemini. So when one thing ends, another thing starts. And like we said about building things which are more stable and more beautiful, one of these things has to go. So if you've had someone who say, I don't want to be with you anymore, or the job says, right, you're fired, these are good things, right? These are very, very good things. People see it as bad, but I always go, okay, I wasn't supposed to be in that situation. It's not right for me. Something much better is coming along. I rejoice. So instead of looking at the negative, just get through it. I know it's easier to said than done, but believe you me, I'm a very old woman. And I've been through many situations that have been what you could be going through with the Tower and the Ten of Swords, and learning to readapt to your situations. So I do have sympathy and empathy for you if you are going through a difficult time, but always know help. Any help is always out there. Professional help, loads of support groups and all sorts of things is out there. Just know that there is support pointed in the right directions for some of you. Thank you, Geminis. Right, Libra. This is for Libra rising, Libra sun, and Libra moons. So Libra energy today. Libra energies. Right, this is for Libra. Do check out the moon readings that I've done. Full moon in Capricorn. Right, so Libra, you too have got these Six of Cups. A lot of the times we can put things in balance and really reflect on the past. Some of these times we have these happy memories. A lot of the times this is reflecting on our inner child, because sometimes our inner child grows up too fast that we forget all about it. So we have to re-empower ourselves with the love factor and know that we are worth it. Don't drag that kind of negativity down and go, well, I'll never be in a nice relationship because the one before was so good and I wish they'd contact me again. This is not the right way of thinking, because it's not empowering yourself. When we've had this hurt and it's almost like bewilderment about why things have happened, we have to face the truth of the matter. We have to empower ourselves. So if someone's not communicating to us, it's almost like that is communication. It means they don't really want to, and that they've got this aspect within themselves that they want to stay in the past. So like I said with another sign who got this today, live in the moment, live in the present. It's a gift. Our gift of life is always precious. It's another moment that we can learn to develop our soul journey and learn the lessons. So put love into the situation. See that inner child, hug your inner child and allow it to come out to play. So have a little bit more fun today, a bit more laughter. You do have the Emperor card, so maybe you have been too strict with that inner child. The Father card, or the Emperor, is very yang and can be a bit too strict. So we need a little bit more softness in the development. We need a little bit of nurturing. So if you feel like having that nurturing aspect, but be kind of firm with the decisions that you do go, but be more gentle, all right? You've also got the Nine of Pentacles. So this is the luxury aspect of the situation. So when you find that inspiration of yearning to do something from the past, perhaps, especially if it's a hobby. Oh, I used to like painting. You know, oh, I used to like collecting seashells upon the seashore. Could I make pictures out of that? Could I make jewelry out of that? Could I do something else? There are all these fantastic things that we did as children. So when you have the Emperor, it says, well, just get on with it. Just get on with it. If you've got an idea to make money, get on with it. It's as simple as that. Oh, fathers. So it's almost like get on with it, because you will find that's a really good, inspiring thing to do. It might take a little bit of time, but then you have that time because you only live in the moment. So that's quite nice for Librans. Very good. Right, moving on to our earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo. Do remember to check out the full moon readings on the 13th of July, or they might be updated today. Yeah. Right, so this is for Capricorn. Capricorn energies, sun, rising and moon. For Capricorns. So Capricorn, you've got the Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is a great card because it's almost like fulfilling those wishes and desires. It's like there is always enough. So if we believe in the abundance of the universe, that there's always enough, what's our problem? So the problem is, maybe it's our thinking or our disbelief. But when we keep going to the fountain here with our cups and we keep filling them, that is abundance. So abundance of love is always in our hearts. It's always around. So if we feel deprived of anything, well, that's just not there. You have Nine of Cups. So this is filling you with your desires and your wishes and your achievements. If you look back and go, wow, I have achieved, I have been successful. So you can replicate that and really enjoy what you are gathering. You do have the Two of Wands energy as well. So going out there within the world to see what it is that you want to gather to you. Maybe you want to travel the world. Maybe you want to give up the job and go and do that. Or maybe you want to have a discussion with your partner and go, I want to remain at home and really help with the children and things like that. You go out to work. Or whatever it might be. There are many opportunities that we can see if we open the door of opportunity and we follow our dreams and our aspirations to do that. So follow your passions, you know, as long as it's not hurting another person. But yeah, talk it over with partners, etc. And, you know, come to a good compromisation, because this is about partnerships as well. It's coming together and finding that spark. You never know, they might be equally interested in what you want to do. So having the Seven of Pentacles, maybe take a little bit more time with this, but it is developing in the right direction. So we have to nurture it very carefully. You know, we have to weed out what's not necessary and really nurture our dreams, hopes and desires. So what is your dream? Are you manifesting it? Are you visualizing your success coming in? So with the full moon in Capricorn, this will highlight what it is that needs to come to your attention to be able to let go of the old, the disbelief, the lack of belief, and really go for what you do want. But you've got to nurture it and have patience with that. For Capricorns, thank you, Capricorns. So now we're on Taurus. Taurian energy, rising sun and moon for Taurus. So let's have a look at Taurian energies. Taurus. So Taurus today, we have the Two of Wands. Yeah, so with the Two of Wands, this is a great cut. What was the other one? The other period. Anyway, so sorry. So for Taurians, we have the Two of Wands. Great card for partnerships. Great ideas to really understand what is out there within our world. When we kind of do that, it is with communication, not only to ourselves, but sometimes to do with our higher self and our spirits, spirit guides. And sometimes if you guys pray to God, that's always a good thing to actually do. Because if we don't ask for what is in the world, we don't know. It's like going into a huge cake shop or a sweet shop. And we've always had the same thing. But they didn't know there's got a new line of cakes or sweets out. So we need to ask, is there anything new today? Yes, funny you should ask. I've just started making it. It's in the back. I'll get it out for you. So this is seeing the opportunities for yourselves and really going after what is there. All right. So this is a good card for you, because it's like assessing everything that you do have. So it's like the harvest time of what you're investing in. So it's very important to invest in something at the moment, whether that's a relationship or career or self-employment. This is always about the richness of the aspect. This is your element card. So you can see that developments in all sorts of areas, especially to do with money and finances and self-belief. So if you wanted to get promoted, this is a great energy for you. Sometimes if we can't get promoted in our job, or we feel we can't do something, sometimes we have to leave. And that's what the Two of Wands is. You know, or you can get a partnership with someone just to help you through that self-employment stage, you know. But this is leading by example, knowing that the growth is possible for you, Taurians. And of course, this is cutting out. Queen of Swords here cuts out the necessarily rubbish to prevent yourself from shining. So if we say, oh, well, I can't do that, like I said before, sometimes if we've hit a ceiling within our work and we can't go any higher because we haven't got qualifications or something like that, or there's no opening, we have to leave that company. We have to leave that job and go for something better. So the Queen of Swords knows this, because they always see what's going on and they know exactly where to focus and just go for it. They've got eagle eyes. Birds of prey. So look out there, what is there, and go for it. You'll be really glad you did. So be like the bird of prey. Ding. Thank you, Taurians. Virgo next. Virgo rising, Virgo sun, and Virgo moon. What do Virgos need to know today? Virgo energy. Virgo energies. So, Virgo, look how pure you are today. Pure white as a driven snow. So, this is the Fool card, a great card for you to begin to trust, not only in your spiritual, but your soul journey as well. It's an adventure. We can go with an amazing nothingness. So, when we're just being and in our nothingness, it's like we are the cat who just goes outside for the first time, sees a wonderment of smells in the garden and the birds flying and the insects and whatnot, and then the rustle of underneath growth and all these exciting things for a cat is very interesting. So we can adopt this curiosity and really go into the next adventure with that, with trusting that everything's okay. Now, everything's not okay in the garden. You might be stung by a bee, or you might fall down a hole, or whatever. But it's a trust factor and actually participating in the journey, because we do have to learn the ups and downs of our life, but we have to start. So have a pure mind, have a pure heart, and really go, because, you know, it is a great adventure out there. It's like, I don't know if you guys have ever seen a new toddler beginning to walk and ever think, whoa, I can reach this, and whoa, I can do that. And it's just great. So, but you don't know the dangers. So it's okay not to, because you'll deal with them as you go. So there you go. So leaving a situation behind us with the Eight of Cups here. So emotionally, this is for your highest good, Virgos. When we have the Eight of Cups, it's always leaving something for something better. So usually this is about guidance from the divine, because it kind of says, come, I will guide you along your way. What's good for you is good for the people around you as well, and that's important. We have to learn to love ourselves, and we have to learn to direct ourselves away from situations that's not working. So if you're in a job and you're not valued or respected, why are you putting up with that? Do you not value yourself or respect yourself enough? One has to really go, hang on a minute, I'm doing all this work on myself, but I'm still in this rubbish job. Right, enough is enough. I'm going to start again, go on a new adventure, because when we have confidence in actually starting again, there are loads of jobs out there that will value us. And it's the same with toxic relationships. We have to move away from that, because there's always another great relationship round the corner, or up the road, or in a different country. So, so we do have to nurture and learn how to do this. So you've got that self-growth. So if we have the belief on which the little pussycat here had that belief, we can develop and grow into mighty things. So that seed of hope, that seed of inspiration, if we plant it, nourish it, it'll grow into a mighty tree. So whatever we do want to grow, like in my country, I live in England, and you cannot grow avocados. You can grow the plants, but it'll never outside grow into fruits. So some things will never develop, but we have to try. We have to learn to trust it. And this is what this guy is doing, nurturing what he does want to develop and grow. There are ways around to grow avocados in any country. All right, so we have to think outside the box with this, but develop and grow, trust, and know that to move away from one thing gives us the opportunity to develop something wonderful, the fruits of our labor, definitely. So there you have it. Do remember, guys, to check out the full moon in Capricorn readings on the 13th of July. And we'll see you all next time. Have a lovely day, guys.